When deciding where to apply and attend law school, there are many things to consider. Some of these factors include your likelihood of admission, the cost of attendance and any potential scholarship opportunities, the academic offerings, the location of the law school, its culture, and any postgraduate statistics like the bar passage rate or job placements, just to name a few. Let's discuss these in further detail. It should be noted that any weight you put on these factors is highly personal. Not only do different applicants prioritize different considerations, but your own priorities might change as you progress through the application process. In deciding where to apply, I want to caution you from applying to law schools based solely on the U.S. News and World Report rankings of law schools. While there are many benefits to using those rankings as a guide, it doesn't necessarily mean that the most highly ranked school you can get into is the best school for you to attend and thrive in. Keep in mind that rankings also change year to year, sometimes drastically, so a school's rank at the time you enter law school will probably be different by the time you graduate. When applying to school, I want you to be strategic and thoughtful about where you apply to. Think about what your chances of it being admitted are. Some ways to help understand how competitive your application may be is to compare your GPA and LSAT scores against previous year's 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles. I want you to know that law schools do look at applications holistically, but the GPA and the LSAT are good guideposts for you to use to gauge how competitive your application may be. Also consider the timing of your application. The later you apply in the cycle, the more difficult it is to be admitted. So if you're applying early in the fall, where you can take advantage of rolling admissions, your chances of being admitted are higher than if you apply late in the cycle, just ahead of a final application deadline. Be realistic about where you may be admitted. I caution you from applying exclusively to schools that might be out of reach for you because you might find yourself disappointed and need to wait another year to apply again. Check out our video on deciding where to apply in order to give yourself options and avoid this scenario. Next, cost is a huge factor to consider when selecting a law school. Your choice in program is something that can follow you around for years or even decades after you graduate as you work to repay any possible student loans. Make an informed financial decision when deciding where to apply. Consider not only the cost of tuition, but the cost of attendance. This includes things like room and board, books, transportation, and other fees associated with attending school outside of tuition alone. Also, think about what scholarship opportunities might exist. Law schools review applications for admission at the same time they review merit-based awards. However, private scholarships and need-based financial aid is also available. Many law schools are also open to negotiating scholarship awards. So if you're offered money from one school, you might be able to leverage that for money from another school or a higher award altogether. When looking at the scholarship you receive, be sure to read the fine print. Is it guaranteed for all 3 years, or is it conditioned on certain GPA or other requirements? Check out our scholarship video for more tips. Lastly, think about how long it will realistically take for you to pay off student loans given your field of interest. It's no secret that corporate law tends to pay much higher than public interest work. However, that might not be a field of law or lifestyle you're interested in pursuing. So consider your career goals when thinking about the cost you will incur in order to complete your JD. Next, think about academic offerings. Not all schools and their offerings are created equal. It's important that a school not only offers classes, internships, and clinics in areas that you want to explore, but they're accessible for you and will provide you with the foundation you need to be successful upon graduation. In addition to classes, look into academic support programs that can help ensure you're successful in a law school program. Another big thing to consider is location. The location of a law school can impact everything from your daily commute to your long-term career trajectory. Ideally, you'll find a school that's located in an environment you can thrive in without providing too many distractions to keep you from performing your best. Know yourself and what you need from an environment in order to set yourself up for success. Here are some questions I want you to think about in considering the location of a school. Am I able to live comfortably and focus on classes in this environment? How will I get to and from school? Where will I live and who will I live with? Is it cost prohibitive to live in this location, and are there alternatives? Are there externship opportunities nearby that I can participate in throughout the school year and not just in the summer? Is this location where I ultimately want to practice after school? Note that we do not subscribe to the notion that you need to attend law school where you ultimately want to practice, but be mindful of the opportunities presented by doing so. Alumni networks are typically strongest in the region the school is located, and that might be incredibly beneficial to you when looking for a job. Next, consider the law school's culture. Every law school has a different culture, and finding a school you fit in at might make all the difference in your law school experience. However, picking up on a school's culture can be really difficult to do unless you visit in person. For that reason, I encourage you to attend admitted student events where you can talk to current students, professors, you can learn more about programming from the deans and directors, and ask questions. You'll also be able to tour the facilities for yourself. If you can't visit in person, try to attend online events and look for things like, what is the overall class size of the program? What is the average class size? Check out the student-to-professor ratio and the diversity and inclusion statistics of a school to get a better idea of the environment they provide. Without a doubt, law school is a stressful environment and can be competitive, but that doesn't mean that it can't also be a supportive and collaborative environment. Finding a school that's right for you and the culture that you best fit in is sometimes a gut feeling. Go with your gut and trust where you think you'll best fit in. The next thing you'll want to discuss are postgraduate statistics. You're going to law school with the ultimate goal of passing the bar exam and getting a job in a field you're interested in. Having strong alumni and career services support is critical. Know that a school won't place you into a job, but their connections to local, national, and global organizations can make a difference in helping you find a great position after graduation. So look at things like their employment statistics 9 months after graduation and bar passage rates for the first time students take the bar. These are reported on their website as well as on the American Bar Association's website. Dig around a little and see the types of jobs students have. Are they long-term, full-time, bar passage required jobs? Look into the career services recruiting efforts and the resources they provide for things like alumni networking and bar preparation. Keep in mind that there's a lot of factors to consider when selecting a law school. It's really important that you find a school that's right for you. If you need help talking through how to consider all of these different factors or finding a school that's best for you, feel free to reach out to us at info@jdadvising.com.